You hatch in the damp darkness of the forest floor. The shell of your egg gives way, and you emerge. A tiny, soft-bodied larva, no larger than a grain of rice, your skin glistening with moisture. Around you, rotting leaves and fallen twigs create a world of shadows and hidden dangers. You cannot yet produce the glow that will one day define you. For now, your survival depends entirely on stealth, hunger, and instinct. Your first instinct is to burrow beneath the decaying leaf litter, where moisture stays high and your body remains soft. Above you, the canopy filters sunlight into shifted beams, but down here it is always twilight. You cannot see well, only faint light patterns, but your sensitive antennae pick up vibrations. The scuttle of an ant patrol, the heartbeat of a beetle moving its heavy shell, the distant drip of water from a leaf overhead. Your stomach hollows within hours of birth. You've been equipped with powerful mandibles, perfect for tearing into small invertebrates and soft-bodied prey. Tiny snails, slugs, even earthworms may become your first meals, if you can find them. Hunger drives you forward, but every movement risks attracting a predator. A spider's web strung between branches, a centipede's swift legs racing across the moss. You slither forward with surprising speed for your size. Your skin secretes a mild toxin that deters some would-be attackers. But most predators don't hesitate to sample an unknown morsel. You rely on camouflage. Your dull, brownish-green hue blends seamlessly with the forest floor. When danger nears, you freeze, your body flattening against the leaves, breathing so quietly that the very air seems to still around you. By the third day, you discover your first kill. A juvenile snail's slimy trail leads you to it. You strike, jaws clamping down on the soft flesh. Within moments, you have your first sustenance. The rush of nutrients floods your body, fueling the next stage of your growth. Days pass in this rhythm. Hunt, feed, hide, repeat. Then comes your first molt. You anchor yourself under a leaf, find a secure spot, and shed your skin. The process is slow and vulnerable. Any movement could alert a predator. As you wriggle out of your old exoskeleton, a nearby spider draws close, curious. You freeze, motionless as stone until the spider, uninterested in your size, scuttles away. You emerge with a slightly larger, tougher body, ready for new challenges. With each successive day, you grow more confident. You learn the forest's secret pathways, damp hollows where earthworms surface, the bases of fallen logs where slugs seek refuge, the undersides of leaves dripping with morning dew. You time your hunts for twilight and dawn, when predators are less active and the air is thick with prey movements. Still, every meal is earned at risk. One evening, while feasting on a slug, you feel a low rumble beneath you. A small mammal, perhaps a shrew, tunneling through the leaf litter. You freeze, then carefully pull yourself into a tiny crevice between roots, your body bending to fit. The shrew's whiskers brush over your hiding spot. You hold perfectly still. Minutes pass like hours. At last, the shrew moves on, and you emerge unharmed. By the end of your first week, you're twice the size you were at hatching. Your mandibles are stronger, your toxin more potent. You realize that even without your famed adult glow, you possess remarkable tools, stealth, resilience, and adaptability. But the greatest transformation still lies ahead. Night falls and the forest floor transforms. What felt like darkness by day becomes a canvas for your hidden power. You've grown. Your body now sizable enough to house the biochemical machinery that will one day ignite your glow. Until now, your world has been shades of brown and green, but tonight, you'll glimpse something new. As dusk deepens, you wriggle beneath a damp leaf, seeking the precise moment when your lantern organs, special cells along your abdomen, begin to hum to life. The air is thick with humidity, punctuated by the distant trill of crickets. You wait, every nerve alert for both prey and predator. Then, almost imperceptibly, a soft luminescence blossoms from your underside, an emerald glow that pulses in gentle waves. Your first glow is hesitant, a flicker rather than a blaze. But it is yours. The light attracts tiny midges and gnats, drawn by the promise of warmth. You seize your chance, lunging into the swarm with mandibles poised. The tiny insects, dazzled and disoriented, become your supper. You feast beneath your own bioluminescence. Hunger finally at bay, curiosity ignited. Over the coming nights, you learn to control this light. Slow pulses mean stay away. Bright flashes mean here I am. You discover that glowing continuously drains your energy. It must be used sparingly. When danger looms, a bird's shadow overhead, or the hiss of a passing snake, you extinguish yourself instantly, fading into invisibility. Then, when the moment is right, you reignite, luring prey to you as if by magic. Your glow also carries a more subtle power, communication. In the deep dark, another firefly larva's flicker catches your eye. It mirrors your pulses, and for a moment, you dance a silent duet of light across the leaf litter. In that exchange, you recognize a potential mate, or at least kin. A shiver of anticipation runs through you. The forest, once isolating, now feels alive with possibility. Weeks pass and you enter your final larval instar. Larger, stronger, and capable of ever brighter displays. You begin venturing further from your original hatching ground, seeking higher perches on fallen branches and low-hanging shrubs. Here, your light can travel farther, drawing in larger swarms of prey, and eventually, your future mate. But this new power comes at cost. Each display leaves you vulnerable, your glow betraying your location to predators, frogs that hunt by sight, spiders that aim for bright spots, even birds that learn to associate flickers with easy meals. One night, while practicing a rapid double flash to attract passing midges, you hear the soft click of mandibles behind you. A ground-dwelling wolf spider has sensed your glow. You cut your light instantly, freezing in place. For what feels like an eternity, you remain motionless, awaiting the spider's departure. Finally, its massive fangs retreat into the underbrush. You exhale, your glow returning only in tiny nervous pulses. Still, you press on. Hunger and instinct drive you to risk the light. Your nights are spent in a delicate balance of attraction and evasion, flashing to feed, hiding to survive. And every dawn, as the first pale rays filter through the canopy, you hide your lantern under a curled leaf, conserving energy until twilight returns. Then, on one humid night, you encounter her. A mature female perched on a low fern, her glow steady and inviting. She responds to your rhythmic pulses, matching your pattern with a series of gentle glows. An invitation and a test. You light, pause, light again in a precise code your instincts shape. Each flash pulses with intention. I am here. I am safe. I am ready. She draws closer, wings fluttering softly, and you realize that the dance of light is more than survival. It is the language of your kind. Together, you glide among the forest shadows, 2 lanterns flickering in harmony. The night air carries your glow far beyond the forest floor, leaving a trail of emerald sparks through the undergrowth. In those moments, predator and prey blur, and only the ancient ritual of life and renewal matter.
Months have passed, and you've now entered adulthood. Your once tiny body has grown into a robust, luminous creature. Your glow now a beacon that pulses confidently across the darkened forest floor. The delicate dance of flashing and waiting, hiding and hunting has become second nature. You no longer need to fear the shadows. You've learned to control your light, using it with purpose. It is both your weapon and your ally. The forest, too, has grown more familiar. You know the best hunting grounds, the safest hiding spots, and the prime places for your nightly glow to attract the largest swarms of insects. Yet, despite the world around you seeming more predictable, new challenges arise. The balance of light and dark, predator and prey, is always shifting. You've found a mate, and together you begun the delicate courtship of your kind. It's more than just a display of light. It's a conversation, a promise of survival, of strength, of continuity. The two of you pulse together, a synchronized ballet of glows that marks the peak of your life cycle. But with this new beginning, the forest is never far behind in its dangers. As the mating season draws to a close, you begin to feel the heavy weight of time. Your body, once youthful and vibrant, is now showing the subtle signs of age. Your glowing lights flicker slightly, not with the same intensity as they once did. It's a gentle reminder that the cycle of life is always moving forward, never stagnant. Then, one fateful evening, disaster strikes. While basking in the quiet of the night, the hum of insects around you fades, replaced by a heavy silence. Instinctively, you flicker your light, a single weak pulse, and wait. But there's no gentle hum of more insects, no comforting rhythm of nature around you. Instead, a harsh screech splits the air, a hawk's call. You freeze, your light extinguishing in an instant. You know what comes next. The ground shakes slightly, the thudding of the hawk's approach reverberating through the leaves. Your body is stiff, unable to move, caught between the desire to survive and the helplessness of being a tiny, glowing insect in a vast, perilous world. For what feels like forever, you stay motionless, praying the hawk will not see you. But it is inevitable. The bright, sharp eyes lock onto you and the bird swoops down with a terrifying speed. Your heart races. It's all happening too fast. But in that moment of impending doom, something miraculous happens. Another flash of light pierces the night. Your mate. A beacon of brilliance and defiance. With a surge of energy, you flicker again. Your glow lighting up the space between you and the hawk in a last-ditch attempt to confuse the predator. It works for just long enough. The hawk falters, its talons missing their target by inches. The opportunity is fleeting, but your mate's sudden light distracts the bird long enough for you to escape to a higher branch. You and your mate dive into the canopy, racing against time and fate. The hawk losing its focus as it tries to recalculate, You dart between branches, your body skimming the leaves, your wings beating fiercely. The adrenaline pumps through your veins as you speed away, your heart thumping in your chest. When you finally land on a secure branch, out of breath and shaken, you realize just how close you came to the end. The hawk eventually retreats, its shadow vanishing into the night, leaving you in peace once again. You and your mate lock eyes, the silence heavy between you both. The danger has passed, but you know it will come again. Life in the forest is never guaranteed. As you settle into the safety of the night, your body begins to slow. The world around you feels more distant. The constant hum of your survival and your glow beginning to fade as you prepare for the next stage in your cycle. You will leave behind a legacy, your eggs nestled in the safety of a hidden crevice, waiting to begin their own journey in the endless dance of light and dark. The forest will remain, as it always has, a place of danger and beauty, of life and death. And somewhere, another larva will emerge from its shell, blind and vulnerable, ready to take its first breath, to feel the warmth of the forest floor, and to begin its own dance of light. Your glow will pass on, not as a final act of survival, but as a promise that life will continue in all its fragile brilliance. The cycle is complete. You have lived. You have glowed. And now you rest, knowing the forest will keep turning, the lights will keep flickering, and the dance will continue.